Hello and welcome back to Brandstand, where I take a look at some of the world's greatest brands and show you exactly how they make their millions through their branding. So today we're looking at a South African brand, MultiChoice. And if you're not familiar with the name, MultiChoice brings awesome television and entertainment content, including Supersport, Mnet, and DSTV to Sub-Saharan Africa. So their core activity is to provide both local and international sports and entertainment to Africa. MultiChoice started with the birth of Mnet. So we have three visionaries, Koos Becker, Kobus Stofberg, and Iñak van der Merwe, and they plan to bring pay TV to South Africa. So in 1986, Mnet was born with 2 hours of open time TV for non subscribers. And after the launch of Live Sports, the investigative show Carte Blanche, which is still running today, and the kids' TV segment KTV, and the soapy Egoli, subscriber numbers skyrocketed. And in 1993, MultiChoice was born. So MultiChoice expanded Mnet's offering with subscription management and the technology services. In 1995, MultiChoice launched their most famous service, DSTV. So DSTV is Africa's first satellite-based entertainment system, and they have multiple channels and a full sports package for live sports, and for many African countries, this is our version of cable TV. In 2015, MultiChoice created Showmax, which is an on demand streaming platform similar to Netflix, but with a lot of local content, some live sports, and this includes the Premier League. So today, DSTV has over 130 television channels and over 90 audio channels, including many local and international radio stations. They offer entertainment services in multiple languages, and they operate in almost every sub Saharan country in Africa. So, how did this happen? Well, let's take a look at their brand identity and strategy. With Nike and McDonald's, it was a lot easier to find information as they were already globally known and established. There were a lot of blogs, articles, and studies that I could use to verify and cross reference information with. This was information that I had already known through pretty much interacting with the brand. However, with MultiChoice, their focus is not on globalization, their focus is on Africa and specifically sub Saharan Africa. So there wasn't as much information that I could actually dig through or cross reference with. A lot of this information is actually just my interaction with the brand and what I could find out through a few articles here and there and off their websites. So Mnet started off with a logo pretty reminiscent of the 90s. At the time, this might have felt very avant garde as the logo was created in 1985. It was a bit over the top, and you can see that the lines actually hurt the design a little bit, and it doesn't really work well with the blue. A lot of 90s logos played with colors and styles like this. Now, MultiChoice have a lot of logos as they made a new logo for every product and every new phase of the business. So I'm going to skip right down to MultiChoice's current logo. So their logo is very reminiscent of more established broadcast channels such as NBC and Peacock. It's very eye-catching as it plays with a lot of colors. And funny enough, these colors are very similar to the Technicolors used in the 1992 Mnet logo, as well as this VHS color bars. Now, if you're born after 1998, you might not know what these are, or this, or these, but they were a huge part of the lifestyle in the 90s. Now, think of VHS tapes as building up a physical collection of Netflix movies, but also before DVDs. So, anyway, multi choice using these colors already gives us the nostalgia of watching a good movie at home. It can also be seen as a humble nod to what came before them. People are at the core of multi-choice. Whether it's partnerships or customers, multi-choice focuses on people. So their brand voice and strategy is centered around meeting their customers' communication and entertainment needs. And through DSTV and Supersport, they've positioned their brand as an entertainment leader in South Africa. And when you think of a match you want to watch or a game that you absolutely need to see live, in South Africa, you think of DSTV. You think of asking your friend or relative for their DSTV login or setting up a watch party with DSTV as the streaming platform to watch it on. In South Africa, they produce multiple local shows and series, and they tell African stories. Most recently, the Soapy Legacy, as well as a lot of series, including Lioness and Reka. These local shows depict the diversity of our culture and our society. So, their quest to please their customers also mean that they're in a lot of different segments and markets. For example, their smallest package is called Easy View, and this includes one sports channel, 30 local channels, as well as a children's channel. Now, this package is only 29 Rand a month, and honestly, it feels like a great deal for students and for families with smaller budgets. And this is especially when it's compared to their premium package, which is 879 Rand a month. Now, you can also add on features such as Box Office and Showmax for additional fees. So they have bundles to suit every household and every budget. And they've also gone digital, so the customer has the choice of getting a satellite and a decoder, or they can fully use the streaming platform and watch DSTV online. Now, as I said earlier, they definitely have an edge when it comes to sports. Currently in South Africa, MultiChoice and DSTV are the only places to watch sport live. They've managed to do this through partnerships with companies such as the Premier League, WWE, and ESPN. Recently, they also started adding these live games to their streaming platform Showmax, and they also started creating partnerships with other entertainment giants such as Disney. So now that you know that they're people centric, how does this help their brand? In one word, trust. As a people centric brand, they prove that they can meet their customers' needs through empathy and trust. Their adverts use local themes, slang, and language. They also often make multiple adverts in many of South Africa's official languages. They use South African actors and actresses as ambassadors and also use them in their ads. They also try to show that DSTV is meant to be a part of your family by depicting modern families in their homes enjoying the products. Now, this isn't a perfect solution. Many people have criticized MultiChoice for rising prices, poor quality service, and a lack of technical support. MultiChoice combated this with more packages in different markets and even created new tech initiatives to try and ease people's frustrations. By far, the biggest complication for their branding was the introduction of Netflix and other streaming platforms, as cable TV and satellite TV no longer felt very appealing. So, MultiChoice's solution to this was Showmax, their very own on demand streaming platform with more local content as well as some live sports and a partnership with Nickelodeon. So, personally, as much as this was a great idea, I do feel like the answer to everything is to create a new product and sell it, which isn't always the best approach as you're not necessarily proving how you're solving the problem, but it is an approach that has worked for them for a very long time. Do you think MultiChoice is an interesting brand? Do you use DSTV? Do you currently have a DSTV package? And what brand would you like to see next on Brandstand? Let me know down in the comments below. Have a great day!